my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. Welcome to Black Wednesday, Grandma's Kitchen. But first, let me just tell you that if I sounded tired and exhausted yesterday, that's because I was tired and exhausted in yesterday's video. I tried not to sound like it, but I thought I probably did. Now, today, what a difference. Many days in between the filming of that one and this one, I have worked through a lot of the right sizing things and was able to get things off to where they needed to be, and so it just feels so much better. I do have a bunch of stuff in my upstairs that are in the process of being right sized and put into new containers and things. So that is kind of a freaking mess, but it's okay. That's okay. So we're on Grandma's Kitchen. We're on block 7. And what do you think it is? Well, block 7 is all about phrases. Favorite phrases your grandma had. Maybe, throw grandpa in here, because maybe grandpa had something fun he said as well. It could be your grandpa member. It could be your parents as grandparents right now, or you yourself as grandparents. So the block is friendship stars. Those are classic friendship stars. Every quilt needs some stars. And we are doing, here's the layout. If you like doing stars, there is a layout with sashing that is kind of a drop shadow sashing, just for something a little bit different in case you're looking to mess around and make a bunch of stars, because they are great for scrap busting. Now the block itself, whereas I'm just using this, I didn't print the other page off, so there you go. But what is it? Phrases. Oh my stars, oh my stars. Your grandma may have had some phrase like that, or just some other fun, quirky thing that she or your grandpa maybe like to say. One of the things that I remember is my Nana would tell my brother Mike to sit his little bucky down, meaning his butt. Sit your butt down, sit your little bucky down. And my brother thought this was the most hysterical thing in the universe. He just would die laughing, falling on the floor. It was so funny. Okay, so block 7 on your layout is in 2 places, because you're going to do the 4 blocks for here, and then you're just going to do 2 blocks as a filler for up there. So that's how this is going to work for the layout. So you want to be sure that you're going to do that. All right, looking back there at the layout, the top row is going to be between the block on the far right and the one next to it. So in between there color-wise. And that means, well, I could use probably just about anything, because up there, there's purple and green and peach. I keep looking at my monitor so I don't have to turn around. But I could use teal again if I wanted up there, because it's just the 2 stars on that top row. And then on the bottom row, I want to be sure that I want to use a white background for the bottom row one, because I already have the peach. And so I want to be sure, I have white above it, but I don't want the peach again. So I could even do something else. I could even do one of the other colors. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to let me just pull a couple of fabrics here. Okay, I changed my mind a little bit. I think they'll both be on the ballerina pink background, which is the same background that I'm using for some of the blocks. The one block, it will actually be touching it. So let's scroll in there. So the purple one there on the top row, the purple one on the top row there, that one, it will be touching that block, and then on the row below, it'll be a spacer between those. So I'm going to go ahead and use that ballerina pink again. And remember, the one that I'm using with this design on it is no longer printed, I guess, in this color, this design, but I do have a link to the other fabrics by Riley Blake that are that same sort of color. Okay, so I think on the top, where there are just 2, I will do the center in yellow for the star, and then 1 star in this lighter aqua and this lighter aqua with the yellows in the middle. Just bring a little bit of pop of yellow, and then do the same for the 4 block, where each star will be a different purple. Oh, I got 2 of those. will be a different purple, and then the yellow, I'll use this other yellow with a little bit of green in it for the center of the stars. Okay, so let me just go ahead and get that sewn up, and then I'll take the other camera and we'll look at it on the wall. Before you sew, just double check that everything's going the right way for all the stars. Okay, looking good. Here are the blocks done. What I will do is just move the ironing board here so that I can put them up on the wall. Ooh, that looks great. That looks great. Got some purple there. And I love that these actually can be sewn together because they go side by side, these two blocks. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. And the spacing is, this is just probably just a little tight. Like there's a block in here, there's a block in here, there's some spacer here that's wider, you know, but I didn't want to spread them out so much. So I just pulled them in just a little bit. And this guy does float. He is in this row just about in that spot. So there we go. Here they are up close. I really liked using a different purple for each one of these. And it's so fun because it's scrappy, but it's controlled. You know, it's all the same center, and then each of the points are the same fabric. But I mean, you could go wild and they could be all different yellows and they could be all different purples on each point. But there you go. There's the purple one, and here is the aqua one. So fun. The yellow just gives a super nice pop, and what I'll be sure to do is later on when I'm doing other blocks in the other rows, because this is now yellow in each row. I don't know if I'll put it in all the rows, but at least one more row, probably the bottom one, I'll be sure and put some of the yellow down there. Some other things going on. I did a little kind of showing you different things I was doing the other day, so let's take a look at those. It's kind of like a spin around the different tasks. Are you like me when you're doing binding? You just kind of let it go off the side onto the floor. That's just what I've always done. This is my single fold binding. I just eyeball over about 1/4 of an inch. I've been doing single binding, I don't know, 40 years, something like that. Just because that's what I learned, and it's straight a grain and I like it. The other thing I've got over here is the 100 blocks, which I'm doing 70, doing mostly greens, and so I'm working on 4 at a time. This block will be pressed and it'll be all done. Here is one in parts, so I can put that together. Some more parts there. Whoops, there. Up here, see parts and also parts. This piece is still on the sewing machine, so now I'll just press what I can here and then sew something from here, something from here, something from here, something from here. Press and repeat, rinse and repeat. Next up is the backing for the leaves, and while I'm kind of going between these, and if I don't want to lose track or want to press more things, then I'm doing a lemon chiffon block. So it's going over to my dad's, and we all like brownies and we all like edges. So I made brownies in these edge pans, this baker's edge pan. Here's the box that it originally came in. I'll link it in the description below. But my dad's wife bought me this pan, and they're not cheap, and she bought it many years ago when it seemed even more expensive, and I kept telling her no, it's okay, and well, she got it for me anyways, and it has been the best investment. We all enjoy having the brownies this way so much. If you are an edge person like us, this might be something for you. Funny little observation, because I had been sitting here. My desk was here, the monitor was here, my shoulder was right at the window, and now I'm like way over here. And it just feels so much different. I also, don't really see out here quite the same. Like I had put some pansies here, but they're not doing so well, which is expected. I didn't expect them to do that well. And out in the back, I need to throw away the pumpkins that are mushy now. They looked okay for a little while, but now they're pretty mushy. But anyway, I just thought it's just a little observation, what I'm thinking about, and yeah, that's the way it is. So that was a lot of different things, which is my personal goal is to reduce it down so I don't have like so many different options going on. But you know, I've done it that way for so many years. It's very hard to change that, what do you call it, habit, process, you know, how basically my workflow. chaos all the time. Okay, I have a couple of things I want to tell you about before we do the quilt parade. My friend Lylene, who is also one of our ambassadors, she helps out and volunteers. She was at a retreat and she got this sticker for me. Keep calm and bind that quilt. You all know that binding is my nemesis. Yes. So I am going to take that to heart and bind a quilt in the near future, although my brain is very much on the right sizing stuff, so it's very hard. Okay, you still have another day or two to get 25% off the kit for this awesome quilt. It comes, here's the kit with this beautiful soft fabric. There's a panel, there's a layer cake. Look at this. Oh my goodness. All of this is for making this flower stand. And you use my code because it's for my viewers from the Fat Quarter Shop. So cool. They are just amazing. Let me just push that over there. So I just don't want you to miss out on that. So Friday is the last time you can use the coupon. So chop, 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 chop. Okay, the Cupid boxes, like the postal service. Why? Why do you push that right there? The Cupid box is sold out. It's sold out. But I thought I'd show you what was in it so that next time you won't dilly-dally and not get one. For some of you who are like, oh, I didn't get it. Well, I've been telling you about it. So let's take a look at what's inside. They're similar to the Sew Samplers, except for these are exclusives where they're, you know, just a couple of year of different themes. That's what I'm trying to say. Get the words out. So they have the little cover, Cupid Love, and it had some coupons. And then the fabric that was in it was this line called Love Blooms. So it is reds and pinks and whites. It also had a custom needle minder. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. Some super cute little labels you put in your quilt. It had a card. Look at the X and O card. I love it, love it, love it. And this I love. Oh, I love it all because pink heart, red's heart. Oh, it's one of those magnets, a pin tray. So I'm definitely going to be using the pin tray. And then the pattern that came with it. They also on the back of that sheet give you another pattern option if you want to use this layer cake for that. But here is, and this is exclusive, so unless you bought the box, you can't get this unless a friend gives it to you. You know, like you have a friend that gives it to you, they're done with it or something. But you can get the fabric. So I will link you to the fabric and anything else in here that might still be available. You know, sometimes I don't know which things are exclusive and which are in the shop. So I will link you to everything. So that was what came in the Cupid box. So next time be sure that you get one so you don't miss out. And the Fat Quarter Shop put out some fun new products. They have a blank journal called So Creative, so you can keep track of either your notes on what you're doing. And wait a second, let me just open it up. So in here, it is a blank journal, but it has one side is tiny little grid over here. So like if you wanted to draft like a pattern, and the other is for writing. So that's what their journal looks like. And then the Fat Quarter Shop has these new bookends. So it comes as a set. Ta-da! Aren't they awesome? Look at that. And they're metal. So yeah, they're really, really nice. They've got pads on the bottom. So, whoop, I lost one of those pads. I'll have to find it there. I think it got stuck on the plastic. So let me, I'll find that. Okay, and then they did a Kimberly's box. It's like a box of tools, all in the color that she loves. This, the color Marina. It's a aqua, so, or teal, whatever color you like to call that. And so what is in here is one of the trays, the stash trays, so that you can put your tools in it. Here's one that was a square that they did for Christmas one time, but they're really, really great. I find those super, super useful. Then there's a little mini cutting mat. Look at that. The alphabetties in this color. And then one of their zipper bags. I love these plaid bags. I use them so much. They are super, super great. And they come in a ton of different colors, and then they put out custom ones. They are awesome. So I will link you to all of these things. And I do want to show you on a book nook today. I have a book that I want to share with you. C&T put out a brand new book called The Binding Bible. And it is, has, what is the word? Spiral bound. You can see it on the back here. So that when you open it up, it will lay flat like this. So let's just take a look. There are so many binding options by Marcy Baker, and she's been in the industry a really long time. She's very, very knowledgeable. So you've got all the categories here of everything, that's in the book. From simple finishes to up to a little bit more unique and complex finishes. But I really like this next part. She's got a couple projects for you to just practice doing the bindings on. But this here is pros and cons of each of the bindings techniques. But look how many there are. This whole page here, which goes across. So this goes across. And then a second whole page of different techniques. This is so many techniques. It's amazing. Then there's the basics, but then after that, she goes into each of the different techniques, talking about how to do them with diagrams, and then some photos of the different parts. You can see how you've got a view, really like a side view here of what that is going to look like, which I think is super useful. Here is some where there's the photo also to show you, but it goes all the way up to those kind of funky ones like scallops, and there's prairie points. So I think that that's really this is really a great reference, because it does cover so many different options. There was one here like doubles. So if you've want to do like a piping, there's like a piping in there. So the Quilting Bible, I will link you to that over at the C&T Publishing website. This one is if you've never done a scallop, they're not as scary as they seem. I've done them. They're really a lot of fun. So the knife edge is the one I've never done before. Someday I will do a knife edge on a small project. Because the very first time I ever saw a knife edge, which means there's no physical binding you see on the outside. The edges are turned under from the back and the front. So they're turned in, and then you're just stitching across the opening shut, basically. And so it's called a knife edge because there is no binding visible, but it's nice and clean edge on it, turned under and everything. So it's really an interesting technique, and she goes over that one in here. So super cool, the Binding Bible. You might want to check that out. Okay, let's take a look at a parade of blocks by you and you and you. Anne starts us off with this amazing plaid in hers. That looks so good. Love it. My friend Barbara, who is one of our ambassadors, she helps out. She's doing hers in aqua, and look, she threw in a splash of yellow. Oh, looks so good. Daphne is doing one with a super cute orange center that pulls that orange from the outer section. Love that. Love it. Deb's block is so fun. Look how she did the fussy cut of that daisy in the middle. Great job. Debbie's got cherries on the outside, little gingham in the middle, and look at that. Look at the chevron. That is so cool. Works out so nice there. And here's a Deborah. She's got a lot of green. Beautiful, beautiful green. I'm really drawn to the green because I'm using green for the 100 blocks. So fun. And different Deborah. This is the day of the Deborahs. Oh, love this. Now she has like a similar print, but in all different colors. That is so cool to see. Wonderful. These blocks are just so soft and pretty. I love them. We got, let's see, Donald's really got a wonderful set of blocks. He's using the same fabrics in most of the blocks, and then he's added in some splashes of red. This is so cool. So if you were thinking of doing it this way, here's how it will look. Ginny, wow, these look fantastic. Love them. And Helen's got an up close here. This kind of a folk art flower in the center is really wonderful. And it looks like wood grain, doesn't it? Looks like wood grain fabric. Super cool. Janice, oh, look at the glasses. Now this is from the prior week. I wanted to show it to you because of the glasses. She said these were special occasion glasses used by her grandma. Aren't they beautiful? Just so pretty. Janice's block with a little fussy cut butterfly in the middle with blue. That's a stripe for her blue part of the block. It looks really good. Here is it's a different Janice. There are two different Janices. Oh, another wonderful fussy cut and got the aqua. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, Judy took block number 1 and made a whole quilt. Woohoo! Look at that. She's got boots in there in the fabric and polka dots. Awesome. Karen's is so pretty. She's using similar fabrics than I am. So she's got that same bundle and she's just used different ones than I did. Here's my friend Kendall's block, and he is sewing over on his YouTube channel. So besides doing mine, he does lots of other projects and chits and chats and has a good time. So go check it out over at Kendall's YouTube channel, linked in the description box and the pinned comment below. Here's my friend Laura. Look at the basket Laura used for her block. Well, she didn't use it in her block, but it showcases it. Isn't that pretty? Laura has great stuff. Linda's block. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this fussy cut little guy in the middle. Oh, she said that her grandma used to fold laundry while she watched her soap operas. So fun. Marty's. She says that the teeny tiny tea set her grandmother gave her, and it's in that blue willow. So look how perfect this is. So I had to share this one, even though this is block number 1. The story behind it is just so wonderful. Okay, what do we have? We have Nikki's here. Oh, so pretty. Love the blue, the really light yellow. It really is nice how it makes it so different because it's not as strong and not a high contrast. Patty's is rocking some purple, and she's using a lot of that one fabric in every block, the same fabric. So you can see how effective that is. My friend Suzanne, who is another one of my friends who helps as an ambassador, she's got, look at the blue. I love those blue flowers, Suzanne. And then once again, here was my wash day. It is so inspirational to see your blocks. It's really fun to see the color combinations, and so many of you are showing like the family portrait, so we get to see the groupings together. Now I wanted to show you something that I found when I was digging through things, and they're related to wash day. So this was made by one of our friends for me. It's using one of my fabric lines on the back and on the inside, the outside and the inside. Isn't that so darling? You could put like wonder clips in there or some other little treasures. And then I found this. This I had made, ages and ages and ages and ages ago. And they're to hold your, what do you call it? Clothespins. Oh my gosh, my brain. So this will hold the clothespins. And they're just two shapes. This shape sewn, they're not, they're sewn like pillowcases and then just outside stitched to each other. There's a sleeve inside. I believe in my, I Can't Believe I'm Sewing book that I have these in there. I believe they're in that book with Leisure Arts. So, but they're fun. So it was really fun to find these. And I think I saw a vintage one, like an antique piece, maybe in a I don't have it, but it might have been like I saw it in a thrift store or something, and flea market, but I didn't buy it. I just kind of looked at it and thought like, oh, that's a cool idea. I'll just do a similar idea of making that clothespin bag. And then you just pull and you could hang it. So just something fun. Okay, back to this week's block, which are sayings. So I want to hear those sayings your grandma had for you. I'm sure that there are some. And if it's a grandpa saying, just tell us that one. So there we go. If you are doing the asymmetrical, you need both of these. If you're just doing the side by side, all 12-inch blocks, you won't need that one. All right, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.